Yes. Now you can write. So recording has been started. So you can write your roll numbers in the chat box, and that will be act as an attendance for today. Okay. And now again I am with you, and this is your sem 3, and for rest of your semesters I will be with you. I i am only absent in your sem 2 anyway. So this is again the microeconomics. I hope all of you have forgotten what you have done in your sem 1, because it's a long time ago, long time before. So it's a 6 months gap actually. So again, we will start with microeconomics in SEM 3, in SEM 4, and then hopefully we can finish our microeconomics at the end of SEM 4, and then we will start the international economics from SEM 5. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but my computer is showing you
Yes,
lost
ma'am.
your network connection, so that is why I'm asking. Anyway, so your syllabus, it is already with you hopefully, and lesson plan is also in college website. Hmm. uh, just open Department of Economics, the lesson plan is available there. So that is actually a sketch. It's not that key I will follow exactly the lesson plan. I will definitely follow the lesson plan plus something more. Okay, so this is the structure, or you can say this is the skeleton. Hmm. The lesson plan for me is a skeleton. So I will add something more with that when I will discuss that particular topic. Okay, so if you go through the, I hope all of you are now searching the lesson plan, and you are opening the the syllabus and everything. So it's a something advancement of the microeconomics. Huh? In our same one, what we did, we just introduced the concept of microeconomics, and not only the introduction, as a very simple, very lucid way we have introduced the concept of very simple concepts of microeconomics, and basically what is economics. Now we were dealing with what is economics, what are the principle of economics, how the problem of the society can be solved with the help of the economics and all. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Just a minute, give me 1 minute. Yes, so here we are actually in this class we will introduce microeconomics a bit details. You can understand, you are already in economics now, so you are not the newcomer in economics subject in sem 3. So you know so many things about economics, this and that. So that will be only the uh, now we are going to discuss in details. We are going in depth of microeconomics. So in our same one, we have discussed about the consumer behavior. Na? That was the last unit of same one, consumer behavior, and there we have introduced the concept of indifference curve, the concept of budget line. I am also trying to remember, like you, uh, the concept of equilibrium, the shape of indifference curve, the properties of indifference curve, right? Can you remember? Can you remember all those things which we did in our same one? The last unit, I think that was unit 6. Can you remember all those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So try to remember, huh? Because we will start from there actually. So macro is just a gap between SEM 1 and SEM 4. Stop gap. So and we will start where we end in our same one. Hmm. So here, if you go through the syllabus, if you go through the lesson plan, the very first unit is revealed preference. Okay, so revealed preference is, we will start from the revealed preference. Fine, we will start from the revealed preference. Yes. Now, before going to the topic, let me tell you what will be your textbook. For, as I said in your same one, that in same 3 the textbook will not be the Manq. Manq is definitely, Manq is a good book, you can follow it, but the basic textbook for same 3 is Pindyck and Rubenfeld. Okay, it is written in your syllabus, Pindyck and Rubenfeld. Okay, there are so many versions are there, Pindyck, Rubenfeld and Mehta. So many editions are there, so don't confuse with all those, huh? Whatever, you may have white colored book, you may have pink colored book, I have red colored book. So don't confuse with the color, don't confuse with the number of writers, it may be 2, it may be 3, as I said. So don't confuse with that, as these are dealing, the book is dealing with theory basically. So there is not so changes. Okay, you may not find a lot of changes, lot of differences among those books. Okay, so maybe some case study is not here, but it is there. Some questions are there, it is not here. It's like that. That will be the only difference, huh? But the theory portion, more actually, what I say, around 95 to 97% of the books are similar. Okay, whatever be the edition, whatever be the writer. The writer is Pindyck and Rubenfeld. When you are going to purchase the book from the market, you may find the book written by Pindyck, Rubenfeld, and Mehta. Don't confuse. Don't confuse, and you are panic and say, "Ma'am, will I purchase it? Is it okay? Look at this page. This chapter is not matched with my friend's book." Don't confuse with all those. I am saying there are a lot of versions are there in the market. Purchase any of those which is available to you. Hmm. It is almost same. Okay. So the basic book is Pindyck and Rubenfeld. I have Pindyck and Rubenfeld. It's a bit older version. You may have Pindyck. Basically, the students are getting Pindyck, Rubenfeld, and Mehta, but it's okay. They are not getting any problem. You will also not get any problem with that. And some other books I will definitely follow with Pindyck and Rubenfeld. They are Madala and Miller. Very specifically, I will mention. I will mention when I will follow it. The book, the name is, again, all the books, the basic thing is the principle of microeconomics or microeconomics, like that. I'm not mentioning the name of the book, I'm just mentioning the writer of those books. The writer will be Madala and Miller. I will follow this book. There is another very good book written, the Intermediate Microeconomics by Varian. I will follow also this. Okay, so basically these 3 books I will follow. A bit Ryan and Pierce I will follow, a bit Soderstein and Reed I will follow. So I will mention where I am going to follow those. Okay, but I suggest you that please purchase at least one Pindyck and Rubenfeld, as this is the basic text. Okay. Any question regarding the book? Any question regarding the book? Do you have any problem? Any query?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So purchase one book. It's around 500. Like the price will be like this. So just purchase one. Acha. And once you may have some senior connection, you may have some, your elder brother or sister, they are economic student. So once you have those connection, use it and collect all other books like Madla Miller, Variant. The second hand books will be very much okay with me. Okay, no issue with those second hand books. If you are if you can go to the college street or somewhere else where the second hand books are available, you can purchase from there also. I cannot tell you ki you must go there and purchase it, because given the current situation I should not say it. But if you have any connection or like that, you can use it. And I will definitely, if a bit less, actually what happened, I cannot give the photocopy of the book na, because that will be the violation of the copyright. But if only a small part of any particular book is required for my discussion, I will definitely take the scan copy of this part and I will share in college LMS. You will get it. And I don't know whether you have access of SEM3 in our college LMS. Are you getting the access there?
No, ma'am. We can access M2 still.
Okay. But when you will get the access, some books, some references, some question papers are already uploaded there, huh? So you will get, just go through that. All the classes are also uploaded there. So those things will be your reference as well when you will get the access. Definitely you will get the access hopefully by this month. Acha. So this is all about my paper. If you have any further general question regarding microeconomics, you can ask. Otherwise, I will go to my first unit. Do you have any general query? I don't think no, because this is just the introduction. You don't know what I'm going to discuss there and everything. So okay, I'm giving you the time to make your questions. So let me share my screen. I'm not trying to waste my time. The time is very limited, and for same three microeconomics syllabus is very huge as compared to same one. A lot of thing I have to discuss, and this holiday, this vacation, this leave, so many things are coming. So it's better to start. And as I said, I will discuss. Yes, I will discuss. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is revealed preference. Huh? So for this chapter, I will follow variant. Okay, for this chapter only, I will follow variant. It's beautifully written there, very lucidly, very well explained. So if you have, I think some of you have, most of you have, and if you have some friendship with your class, please share with the reveal preference chapter with your friends. From variant. Now, what is revealed preference? Now, as I said, I will start my microeconomics from the end of the same one. So, what was the last topic of our same one? It was consumer behavior. So, we will start from there. It is actually the continuation, or I can say it is the advancement. Okay, it is the advancement of the consumer behavior, right? So where is the advancement? Now let me tell you what we discussed in consumer behavior. I think most of you can remember right now, but again I'm telling you in a nutshell that what we discussed in consumer behavior. What was given to us? The information of the indifference curve that was given to us, we know that there is an indifference curve, right? We know there is an indifference curve. We know there is a budget line. That information is also given to us. One equation. Can you remember for the mathematical part? The equation of the indifference curve and the equation or the information of the budget line, these were given to us. So that means that we know what is indifference curve, what is the shape of the indifference curve, where it is, and we know the position of the budget line. So these two things are given in our consumer behavior chapter. So what we have to find out from all those given information? We have to find out the optimum consumption bundle, that is the equilibrium, right? We are trying to find out, we are very desperate to find out what will be the equilibrium, what is the E star, what is the X star, what is the Y star. So we are always dealing with that, right? So information is try to understand, because from that part, once this part is clear, now you can understand the rival preference very well. So the information of the indifference curve is given to us, the information of the budget line is given to us. We have to find out the equilibrium. That was our task in consumer behavior. So once I'm telling you that information of consumer behavior is given to us, that means the consumer's preference is given to us, right? If x is this much, then what will be the y? If x is reduced to this much, then what will be the y? So this combination of the consumer is well informed to us. Now tell me one thing, is it very much real? Do you know for a single consumer, try to apply the concept of consumer behavior in reality? So many dogs are there in my locality. Now everyone is making yo. Oof. One Alsatian is there, one speech is there, and so many Rhodesians are also there. Everyone is shouting now. Oof. Anyway, so just try to apply the concept of indifference curve in reality. The indifference curve is giving us the information so that, okay, just let me draw. I cannot do without the pen. Yes. So this is the y-axis, this is my x-axis. So we know this is the indifference curve. So that means if x is this, then what will be my y consumption? That I know. Now, if x is this, then what will be my y consumption? That also I know. And why I am changing this? Because my utility must be constant. Right? So that is the basic thing of the consumer behavior. What is the basic thing about the indifference curve? So when the information about the indifference curve is given to you, that means you know. When you are saying that, okay, I know the indifference curve, I know the position of the indifference curve, I can draw the indifference curve, that means you know what will be the constant utility of that consumer and what will be the consumption combination of that consumer. But is it real? In reality, can you find out this? Once you are not getting the value of this point and this point, you cannot draw the indifference curve, right? If you don't know the value of this, if you don't know, just a minute. If you don't know the value of this point, if you don't know value of this point, you cannot draw the indifference curve, right? So once you are drawing the indifference curve, the inherent assumption is you know the value of this point, you know the value of this point. Now my question is it very real that you can understand this and this value? You know this value? Is it realistic? What do
No,
you
ma'am.
think? It's not realistic. You don't know what will be the, just ask yourself that, okay, I just want to be equally satisfied. I am going to consume, say, two commodities are one pen and two pencils. If I change one pen to two pens, then how much pencil I will reduce? Is it very much real? I don't think. I cannot do for myself. And any rational individual, it's very difficult for him or her to find out those xy combinations so that he or she can draw his own indifference curve. So that is the problem of the consumer behavior. Okay, so that is the problem of the consumer behavior. Once it is said that, okay, you can draw the indifference curve, that means you know all those combinations, but which is not at all real. So when you are going to apply that consumer behavior in the reality, you are facing the problem. So that is the problem of the consumer behavior chapter, which we didn't discuss in SEM 1. Okay, we have discussed in SEM 1 only about the positive side of the consumer behavior chapter, but this is the real problem of the chapter. Then what is the solution? The solution is the rival preference. So what the rival preference is doing? Very simple. just opposite of the consumer behavior. This chapter is doing just opposite of the consumer behavior chapter. So what this chapter is informing you? The chapter is informing you X star and Y star. And that is quite realistic, right? Say this is your X star. Look. So this is your X star. This is your X star and this is your Y star. That is the optimum consumption. Fine. And so that means this is your budget line. So reveal preference theory is not telling you anything about your budget line, anything about your, okay, budget line information is given to you because there is nothing um, unnatural, because the income level. This is quite real. This is quite available in the reality, that the income of the consumer, the prices of the commodity. So budget line information is given to you, but any information about the indifference curve is not given to you. Reveal preference theorem is not telling you anything about the indifference curve. Okay, the reveal preference theory is not giving you any information regarding the indifference curve. So what he is giving to you? He is giving you the information about the budget line. Okay, budget line is very much okay because everyone can draw the budget line, and X star and Y star. That if price is P1 and P2, if prices are P1 and P2, if the consumer's income is M, then the consumer will consume X star and Y star. Do you get my point? I'm telling you again. The reveal preference theory is telling us that consumer's income is M. Prices of two commodities are P1 and P2. And the consumer is consuming X star and Y star. Say 10 units of X and 20 units of Y. So only that much information is given to you. That is the starting point of the reveal preference. So look, these informations are always in the reality. Now, if your income is 1,000 rupees, if prices of a pen is 10 rupees, if prices of a pencil, if price of a pencil is 5 rupees, then how much pen and how much pencil you will purchase, that you can find out. It's very easy. If you ask the person that, okay, if I'm talking about pen and pencil, but you can ask anything about the food item, that say your income is 5,000. What is your income? The person is saying, okay, my income is 5,000. Do you know the price of the rice? Is saying, okay, 50 rupees per kg. And what is the price of the price of flour? So she is saying, say, 40 rupees. So how much rice you are purchasing? So he is saying, say, 10 kg per month. And what is the flour you are purchasing? So 7 kg. So you are getting that X star as 10 kg. You are getting Y star as 7 kg. Price of rice. Price of everything is known to you. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
it okay?
ma'am.
And if you have any query, just ask her. Because after 1 month, I'm starting the study. You are going to start your study. So what I'm telling you again that look, if you are asking a single individual, because we are dealing with the society, so we have to look at the reality. You have to look at the society. Take a person from the society and ask the person, what is your income? He knows his income. Say 5,000 per month. Do you know what is the price of the rice? He's saying, yes, it's 50 rupees per kg. And what is the price of the flour? He is saying, say 40, I don't know actually. Yeah. So it's a 40 rupees per kg. So he knows that. Now you are asking that how much rice you are purchasing per month? So he is saying, say 10 kg per month. And what is the flour amount? So he is saying 7 kg. ঠিক আছে? So those informations are given, those informations are known to the consumer. Okay, so that X star is known to the consumer, Y star is known to the consumer, the position of his budget line is also known to the consumer. But if you ask the consumer, then just draw your indifference curve, it is not possible for him. So this information is given to you. Now look, say the second point, I'm coming to the second step. Now the chapter is telling you, say the price of rice is reduced to 45 rupees, then how much rice he will purchase? So he can give you the answer. Definitely he will substitute flour by rice, right? So this is how you are getting different information of X and Y from that particular consumer. If price is changing, that means the slope of the budget line is changing from here or from there. So what will be the X star and Y star of that particular consumer? So in this way, you are getting, so initially, oh, so initially, given his income and the prices of the commodity, he is saying this is my X star and this is my Y star. Now you are asking that is the budget line. I'm just drawing the budget line. I don't know the indifference curve, so I'm not going to draw the indifference curve. So now you are asking the individuals, given your income level, given the price of the flowers, the price of the rice is reduced to 45 rupees. So you can understand what will happen. The budget line will be flatter like this. Then what will be your consumption pattern? So he can give you the answer, right? So definitely he will increase the consumption of rice and he can reduce the consumption of flour. So it will be the consumption bundle. So this is how you are continuously changing the prices or the income level, not the income level, you are just continuously changing the price ratio and asking him that what you will do, what you will do, what you will do if it will happen, what you will do if it will happen. So he can give you the answer. So this is how you are getting different X and Y. Look, now you are getting different X star and Y star. বুঝতে পারছো কি বলছি?
Yes, ma'am.
বুঝতে পারছো কি না? হ্যাঁ, so actually this is a trial and error method. You have to do it repeatedly for infinite time. You have to do it, and after you are getting those X star and Y star like this, definitely he is a rational individual, so he is substituting one by another. So now you can join all those things and you will get one indifference curve. So rival preference theory is giving you the information about the budget line and the corresponding X star Y star. So from that point, you have to find out the indifference curve. বুঝে যাচ্ছে?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can you repeat the last part?
So as I said, given the income and the prices of the commodities, the consumer is giving you the information about his X star and Y star. Now you are asking that consumer that, okay, say your income is constant, price of Y is constant, so price of X is falling. Then how much X he will purchase now? So definitely he will purchase more of X and less of Y. Ask him again with some other set of price. Say the price of X is reduced further. Then what you will do? Say the price of X is increased. Then what you will do? He can give you the answer. So actually what he is giving you the information about his X star and Y star for different M, P, P1, P2. Okay. For different M, P1 and P2, you are not changing M actually. You are just changing P1 and P2 For different AM, P1 and P2, he is giving you the information about his X star and Y star. And you are just plotting all those. So you are getting a lot of point in this axis. If you join all those points, you can draw his indifference curve. বুঝতে পারলে? So this is how you can draw the indifference curve. So what is the difference of this process with the consumer behavior process? In case of consumer behavior process, the very first step is you know the indifference curve, right? You know his indifference curve. You know his budget line as well. So from there you have to find out the equilibrium. But here you know his budget line and the equilibrium point. You don't know the indifference curve. You have to find out the indifference curve. Okay. In the first stage, in case of consumer behavior, you know the indifference curve, you know the budget line. From there you have to find out the equilibrium. In case of rival preference, you know the budget line, you know his equilibrium. From there, you have to find out the indifference curve. Or you have to draw the indifference curve. বুঝতে পারলে কোথায় difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, I am telling, in case of the consumer behavior, information about the indifference curve and the budget line is given. You have to put those values, you have to draw those two curves and find out the equilibrium, that is X star and Y star. That was your task there, right? But here, no information about the indifference curve is given. No information about the indifference curve is given. You have to find out it. This is your task here. In case of consumer behavior, your task was to find out the equilibrium. And in case of rival preference, your task is to find out the indifference curve. Your task is to draw the indifference curve. So what is the information here? The information in case of the rival preference is the budget line, that is P1, P2 and M. This information is given to you and the corresponding X star and Y star. Now you can change P1 and P2 so that his X star and Y star will keep changing, and just plot all those X star, Y star in the axis, join those and you will get the indifference curve. Okay. বুঝতে পারলেন না? সবাই কিরকম সাইলেন্ট হয়ে আছো?
Ma'am, I have a
Yes, ma'am.
doubt.
Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes. I'm waiting for the doubt. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. In reveal preference, do we are given M P1 P2 this all?
No. M, P1, P2 and X star, Y star.
All are given.
Yes.
Okay, only we are doing the job of drawing the IC.
So how to do that? You have to change P1 and P2.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to change the slope of your budget line and you have to find out what will be P star, X star and Y star then. If P1 and P2 are changing, then what will be the X star and Y star? And just plot all those X star, Y star in your two-dimensional area. Join all those points, you will get your indifference curve.
Ma'am,
Clear.
Yes.
ma'am, if income changes, then ma'am, what will happen?
Yes, that will also influence your consumption pattern. That will also
Yes,
influence. Absolutely.
yes, ma'am.
Look, this is very much real, as I said. If you are asking one person that, can you tell me what is the shape of your indifference curve? ও তো আকাশ থেকে পড়বে। If you are asking one layman that what is the shape of your indifference curve, is it convex, is it concave, what is the curvature, কিচ্ছু বুঝবে না। But if you are asking a person that if your income is 5,000, the price of one commodity is 40 rupees, the price of another commodity is 50 rupees, how much X and Y you will purchase, he can give you the answer. Isn't it more realistic? What do you think?
Yes, ma'am, it is very realistic.
Just think, just compare my statement in case of consumer behavior. If you are asking, say if you are going to your parents who didn't make any who doesn't have any economics background, I'm just assuming they don't have. So if you are going them and asking Ma, can you tell me what is the shape of your indifference curve for what can I say, for books and television? কিছুই বলতে পারবেন না, right? If you are asking your grandparents that what is the shape of your indifference curve, if I am giving you two commodities, say one is book and another is um, কিছু একটা বলো না, বেড টাইম, শুয়ে থাকা, okay, taking rest and reading storybooks, what is the indifference curve of you? He or she cannot give you the answer. But if you are asking that person that say I'm giving you 8 hours, okay, and the price of the story, or your I'm giving you 5,000 rupees, I'm giving you 5,000, don't go for that time because it will be again confusing. uh, just ask your parents or grandparents that look Thama, I'm giving you 5,000 rupees and you can purchase storybooks or some some, I'm just assuming that they are reading some religious books. So how much book you will purchase? So I'm asking কি বলবো, স্টোরি বুক আর কি কেনে বলো তো grandparents other than story books? Just help me to give you. আর কি কেনে গ্র্যান্ডপ্যারেন্টসরা, ধরো স্টোরি বুকস কেনে, আর কি কেনে, হোয়াট এলস দে আর পারচেজিং?
Ma'am, medicines.
Medicine. No, medicine is a compulsory na. Medicine is substitute হয় না. Other than medicine, how they are spending their money?
Weddings,
Parents,
weddings and other accessories.
I cannot hear you. Other than storybook, how they are spending their money? Medicine, medicine is a necessary commodity. So we cannot substitute medicine by the storybook. আর কি করে?
Ma'am, some woolen stuffs.
Yes, sometimes they are very much they are very much fascinated about the garments. No, they are purchasing the woolen garments for their grandchildren, they are purchasing beautiful sharis for them, like that. So they are doing this. So if you are asking, say you have a thamma in your house and you are going to thamma and say that thamma, I'm giving you 5,000 rupees, you can spend that money among storybooks and shari, okay, or some garments, rather garments. Then how much books you will purchase and how many garments you will purchase? So she will give you the answer. She will give you the answer. Now tell her ki okay Thama, now in spite of 5,000 I am giving you 7,000. Then how much? She can give you the answer. Now tell her ki look, initially I assume the average price of the storybook is 200. Now say the price of the storybook has increased to 500. Then how much storybooks you will purchase? She will give you the answer. Okay, so you just plot those values, you just plot those x star and y star in your white page, and join that, you can find out the indifference curve of your thamma for those two commodities, that is storybooks and the garments. Is it okay? But if you are going to thamma and say I'm giving you 5,000 and tell me what is the shape of your indifference curve, I have to draw the indifference curve and then I will tell you how much storybook you will purchase and how many garments you will purchase. She will think that my grandchild is reading a lot and that is why he is mad now. He has some mental problem now. Right? So this is the realistic approach of the consumer behavior. দেখো বুঝতে পারলে কি আবার বলবো? If it is not clear, please ask me. If it is not clear, I am telling you again, please ask me.
Ma'am, clear.
Nah, clear to you, but what about
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
yes, just a minute, and give me 1 minute, please. Yes. So this is the কোথায় গেল? Yeah. So this is the thing about the reveal preference. So you can understand where is the problem of the consumer behavior. But that problem is solved by the reveal preference. So why the name is reveal preference? Revealed preference. Look, the revealed preference. That means your preference is given. That means X star and Y star. This is given to you. Given this preference, you have to find out the indifference curve. So preference is revealing your indifference curve. Okay, the indifference curve means what? Indifference curve means your choice, right? So preference is revealing your choice. Okay, so that is why revealed preference. The X star, Y star will be given to you. The budget line will be given to you. You have to draw the indifference curve. That means you have to find out what will be the choice of the consumer. What will be the preference pattern of the consumer rather? What will be the preference pattern of the consumer? Your indifference curve is giving you the information about the preference pattern. Right. So what will be the preference pattern of the consumer? That you have to find out in this chapter. Is it okay? Look, the chapter is very small, but you have to know a lot about it because so many new things are there. So I think I should go to the next slide. Look, preference of the consumer is given. As I said, preference of the consumer is given. That means preference means X star and Y star. If you are asking your Tama, then how many books you will purchase, she will give you the answer. How many shari you will purchase, she will give you the answer. So this is her preference. Sure. So she is telling you her preference. So that information is given to you. From there, you can draw the indifference curve of the individual. Okay, so you have to plot those X star and Y star and all those things, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3, join all those, you will get the pattern, consumer's preference pattern. That is the indifference curve. So that is the basic thing about the chapter. Now, here comes. I'm going to explain the reveal preference now. That was only the background. Look, if I'm saying that preference is strictly convex, what does it mean? Look, this is the budget line. Two commodities are there, X1 and X2. Two commodities are there, X1 and X2, and the budget line, as I said, the information about the budget line will be given to you because there is nothing harm. There is nothing difficult to explain the budget line position. So that green line is your budget line. So that information is given to you. You know what is the income of the consumer or income of yourself, what is the current price of the commodities. It is very much available in the market. Okay. So that green line is showing those things. There are two commodity bundles. One is X1 by X2, another is Y1 Y2. X1 X2 is on the budget line. Okay, X1 X2 is on the budget line. Y1 Y2 is below the budget line. Do you get that point? The diagram is showing everything. X1, I'm just explaining the diagram now. X1, X2 is on the budget line and Y1, Y2 is below the budget line. Now I am asking you the question, which commodity bundle will be chosen by the consumer? Which commodity bundle will be chosen by the consumer? What do you think? Which commodity bundle will be chosen by the consumer? X1, X2 or Y1, Y2?
X1, X2.
Acha. Why X1, X2?
Y1, Y2.
Ma'am, Y1, Y2.
Okay. First answer was X1, X2. So let him explain why X1, X2. Then I will go to you.
Ma'am,
Why Y2? Yes.
ma'am, ma'am, X1, X2 is on the budget line, so it will be of optimum value of X1 and X2 probably.
Acha. Acha. And then why Y1, Y2?
No, because it's below the budget line, so technically it will be cost him, like it will be under his budget, so it will be easier for him. He'll have something else over, like he'll have extra money left after he has consumed Y1, Y2.
What to do with that extra money?
The-
There is no saving option and no other commodities available.
Okay.
So you have to spend it either for X1 or for X2. Huh? You cannot save. This is auto credit system. You cannot save. So
Then
you,
next one, next two, I guess.
yes, then X1, X2. Once you have to spend it either for X1 or for X2, there is no saving this saving option. Then it is best option to be on X1, X2. That means on the budget line. Right. So if the diagram is like this, if this is your diagram in the reveal preference chapter, we are telling this situation like X1, X2 is reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Gotcha. This diagram is explained like the sentence X1, X2 is revealed preferred to Y1, Y2. Look, these two combinations are available, but consumer is consuming this, not this. So it is written as X1, X2 is revealed preferred to Y1, Y2. So X1, X2 is preferred. Generally, we are saying X1, X2 is preferred to Y1, Y2. But here, specifically, we are telling it's revealed preferred to Y1, Y2. Consumers are not preferring Y1, Y2. Consumers are preferring X1, X2. Okay. So this diagram you can explain with this single sentence that X1, X2 is revealed preferred to Y1, Y2. Okay. This is a simple diagram. I'm just giving you the idea about the reveal preference. I'm trying to give you the idea about the reveal preference. Now I am going to the next one. Yes, don't bhai pabe na, huh? Very simple. Look, there are two commodity bundles. Okay, like this one, X1, X2 and Y1, Y2. The income is given M. You can write capital M, no issue. And the prices are P1 and P2. Okay, that means the budget line information is given to you. And two commodity bundles are also there. So this sentence is known to you. The first sentence is known to you. And you know X1, X2 is purchased. Okay, that also you know. As I said, X star, Y star will be there. Na? So your X star, Y star is what? X1, X2 here. X1, X2. That means the point which is on the budget line. So first two sentences are known to you. This is the information given to you. Okay. X1, X2 and Y1, Y2. These are the two commodity bundles prices of those two commodity X and Y are P1 and P2. The income of the consumer is M, and the consumer is purchasing X1, X2. Okay, you know this. This information is given to you. Now, as the consumer is not purchasing Y1, Y2, okay, as the consumer is not purchasing Y1, Y2, you can write this inequality for Y1, Y2. As y1 y2, look, y1 y2 is below the budget line. Yes, y1 y2 may be above the budget line, huh? So in that case it is beyond the capacity, you cannot reach y1 y2. So in that case, if y1 y2 is above the budget line, like here, wherever outside the budget line, so in that case the reveal preference, you cannot say that x1 x2 is reveal preferred to y1 y2 or like that, because y1 y2 is beyond your reach. In that case, reveal preference theory you cannot apply. But as I am saying this, without looking at the diagram, you can understand that means y1, y2 is anywhere below the budget line. Okay. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can. Everyone is drowsy.
Yes,
Anybody?
ma'am.
Okay. If you have any problem, if you have, look, everything is very much new to you. Now it is not like the principles of microeconomics or like that. So demand supply analysis is not like that. So a little bit mathematics is there, little bit concentration is required. So if you have any query, you are free to ask me anytime in the class. Just stop me and ask. So as I said, if y1, y2 is anywhere above the budget line, that means the consumer cannot purchase it. It is beyond his capacity. And if it is, then you cannot say that x1, x2 is reveal preferred to y1, y2 or like that. Because this is not in my set. y1, y2 is not in my set now. It is not comparable. But as I am saying that x1, x2 and y1, y2, these are there and consumer is purchasing x1, x2. So you have to understand that that means y1, y2 is somewhere below the budget line. So if it is below the budget line, I can write easily that, okay, P1 y1 plus P2 y2 is less than equal to M. Less than means it is below the budget line, equal to means it is on the budget line. It may be on the budget line, huh? Right? It may be on the budget line, but if it is on the budget line, that doesn't mean you have to purchase it, because you have to stick a single point. The given on the budget line, there are infinite points, right? But finally, you have to consume at a particular point. So y1, y2 may be on the budget line, maybe below the budget line, but finally you are choosing x1, x2. So as it may be below the budget line, may be on the budget line, so that inequality holds for y1, y2. Okay. And for x1, x2, we are very much sure, as it is the optimum consumption, so the equality is there. P1 x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M. That equality must be true for x1, x2. Now, if you compare this equation with this equation, you can write this. P1 y1 plus P2 y2 is less than equal to P1 x1 plus P2 x2. So I can say that if this inequality is true, if this inequality, this relationship is true, then consumer prefers x1, x2, not y1, y2. Right? I'm explaining this thing. I explained this same thing with the help of the diagram. Here, I just explain this diagram mathematically. That if this inequality is true, then x1, x2 is preferred and y1, y2 is not preferred. So in case of the rival preference, how can I write it? X1, X2 is directly rival preferred to Y1, Y2. X1, X2 is directly rival preferred to Y1, Y2. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, why the term directly is used here?
Yes,
Is there
yes.
any
I
case
will explain.
indirectly?
Yes, indirect is also there. I will explain. Here only two commodity bundles are there, right? X1, X2 and Y1, Y2. Only two options are there to the consumer. Either you have to purchase X1, X2 or you have to purchase Y1, Y2. No other option is there. If some other options will be also there, like Z1, Z2, M1, M2, anything. So in that case, one is directly rival preferred, that is directly, I will explain. So it is an indirect relation like the transitivity relation. A is preferred to B is preferred to C, so A is preferred to C. In that case, it will be indirectly rival preferred.
Ma'am, what will
Okay,
happen
ma'am.
if P1 X1 plus P2 X2 is equals to P1 Y1
I,
plus
I, I
P2
cannot
Y2?
hear you. Please be louder. Huh?
Ma'am, what will happen if P1 X1 plus P2 X2 is equal to P1 Y1 plus P2 Y2?
That means this one.
Yes, they are both equal.
Yes, that means they are on the budget line.
So which one I will choose?
Anyone, either X1, X2 or Y1, Y2. Because you have to choose any of that. This is your choice now. Hmm. This is the
Don't I
consumer's
have to
choice.
face any other limitations? Are there any other conditions through which I can choose
No,
any
no,
of
no,
them?
no, no.
Okay.
If it is equal, yes, she is asking a very good question. As I said, that Y1, Y2 may be on the budget line. In that case, that inequality will be an equal one, right? So P1, Y1 plus P2, Y2 is equal to M. And here P1, X1 plus P2, X2 is equal to M already. So they are equal to each other. So in that case, ultimately, if you have the convex preference, you have to choose either of these two commodity bundle. It is the absolute choice of the consumer. In that case, it may possible ki y1 y2 is rival preferred to x1 x2, or x1 x2 is rival preferred to y1 y2. Anything can happen, but to be specific, you must write x1 x2 is directly rival preferred to y1 y2, and your case it may be y1 y2 is directly rival preferred to x1 x2. That directly concept should be there. Why it is directly? Because there is one-to-one correspondence. Look, either x1 x2 or y1 y2. No other commodity bundle is given to you. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what do we mean by preference is strictly convex?
That means your indifference curve is convex. That unique choice is there. Okay. Like your indifference curve will be like this. Strictly convex means like this. Look, where is my pen? Yes. This is strictly convex. So that means ultimately you will choose a single point. Given the budget line, look, given the budget line, you will choose, it will be like this. A single point will be chosen, but if it is not strictly convex, it may be concave, it may be a straight line. So more than one equilibrium point will be possible. If it is not strictly convex, that your preference is not strictly convex, and your indifference curve is not a like smooth convex curve, then your equilibrium may be more than one. So just to eliminate that option, I am saying it is strictly convex.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Arkiju, anything else?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, what will happen for the concave preferences?
Concave.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you talking about concave?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If it is concave, that means the difference curve will be like this, and it will be the corner solution. Either this, or it depends on the position of your budget line. Either this or that. Because concave means two commodities are bad, right? Concave means two commodities are bad. So you are trying to go to the lower and lower indifference curve. But these are something exceptional. In general, commodities are normal, assumed to be normal.
Okay, ma'am.
Acha, aar kichu? Anything else? Okay, so let me go to the next slide. So directly reveal prefer to. Here, the principle of reveal preference. What I said here, this is actually the principle of reveal preference. Look, just read this sentence carefully first. Huh? Say x1, x2 is chosen when price is p1, p2. Okay. There is another commodity bundle y1, y2, so that P1 Y1 plus P2 Y2, that means for this price combination, less than equal to P1 X1 plus P2 X2 holds. So this inequality holds. This inequality holds. If the consumer is choosing most preferred bundle he can achieve, then X1 X2 is, this is not the sign actually. Huh? This is not the sign actually. It's a simple greater than sign, but it's not the sign. I could not find the sign in the computer. That is why I have to write it. But it is actually like this. Let me draw. It is in the variant. It's like this. X1, X2 is directly reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Okay. So directly reveal preferred to, this is the sign. Just a minute, give action. What happened, Trishita? It's already 1 hour. So the reveal, directly reveal preferred to, the sign is like, I'm drawing it again. Look, it is like x1, x2, x1, x2 is directly reveal preferred to, aha, is directly reveal preferred to y1, y2. This is the reveal preferred. Okay, this is the symbol of the reveal preferred. That you can find it in any of the textbook where the reveal preference chapter is there. But it is also in the variant as well. So this is the principle of reveal preference. If x1, x2 is chosen when price is p1, p2, there is another commodity bundle y1, y2, so that p1, y1, that means the total expenditure for y is less than equal to the total expenditure for the X combination. If the consumer is choosing most preferred bundle he can achieve, then X1, X2 is directly reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. That means here the objective of the consumer is to get the maximum benefit from the choice. In that case, he will go for X1, X2 and he will leave Y1, Y2. So X1, X2 is directly reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Okay. Any problem from this? What happened? Yes. If you have any query, ask. Look, if each and every slide is new for you. I said it is the continuation, but it is actually some advancement and new, I should say. Okay. Now, someone is asking now what is, if it is direct, then what is indirect? So here comes your indirect reveal preference. There are three commodity bundles. X1, X2, Y1, Y2, and Z1, Z2. Okay. Now, if X1, X2 is directly, look, this greater than sign means that preference. No? X1, X2 is reveal preferred to Y1, Y2, say for the price Q1, Q2, and Y1, Y2 is preferred to Z1, Z2, then we can say Y1, Q1 Y1 plus Q2 Y2 is greater than equal to Q1. Look at the second bullet and ask me your query. Then I will go to the next one.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, for Y1, Y2, reveal prefer to Z1, Z2. Ma'am,
Hmm.
the prices are the same, which is uh, Q1 and Q2.
Hmm. For Q1, Q2, the price is same for all the set.
Okay, ma'am.
Look, for X1, X2, if this condition holds, what will be the inequality? We know it. Right? We know it already from here. So that is why it is. But for the second one, that is if Y1, Y2 is reveal preferred to Z1, Z2, then what will be the mathematical relationship among these two? So this is written here. So very simple. X1, X2 is reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Y1, Y2 is reveal preferred to Z1, Z2 for the price Q1, Q2. Okay. So Q1, Q2 is true for this inequality, or rather this preference pattern, as well as for this reference pattern. Q1, Q2 is given now. For each and every preference, Q1, Q2 is given now. So given that Q1, Q2, X1, X2 is reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Given this Q1, Q2, Y1, Y2 is reveal preferred to Z1, Z2. So it's just like that transitivity. X1, X2 is reveal preferred to Y1, Y2. Y1, Y2 is reveal preferred to Z1, Z2. So we can say X1, X2 is indirectly reveal preferred to Z1, Z2. Now you get the point. So there is no direct relation between X and Z. X is related with Z.
Ma'am,
Yes.
so we can say that there is two direct relationship within X and Y and Z, and there is an indirect preference between X and Z.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your indirect reveal preference. Look, the direct reveal preference is far away from the reality. Obviously, this is reality, but indirect reveal preference is much more close to the reality. Hmm. Because you are doing this. X, look, commodity is same. Remember, there are two commodities, 1 and 2. Only the combinations are changing. Remember, commodities are same. Commodity 1 and commodity 2. Only the combination of 1 and 2, these are changing. Either x1, x2 or y1, y2 or z1, z2. Okay? But the,
Ma'am,
yes.
yeah, ma'am. Why is, like, if the commodity is same, the price remains same, then why is X1 not related to Z1? Like, why we are having Y1 as a intermediary between the two?
No, no. Why they're having now? Say that the option is there. Say that y1, y2 is there. And there is a direct relation between x1 and y1. Or rather x and y. There is a direct relation between x and y. So that diagram will explain you. Look, you are asking the why they are not directly. Why? Where is the problem between x and z relation? If prices are given, then where is the problem? Look at this. That green one. Okay, that green one is showing x1, x2 is on the green line and y1, y2 is below the green line, just like this. Yeah, just like this. X1, x2 is on the green line and y1, y2 is below the green line. Okay. Now I'm drawing another budget line where y1, y2 is on that budget line, but z1, z2 is below the budget line. Okay. Now look, given this green line, x1, x2 is preferred to y1, y2 because y1, y2 is below the budget line. Given this brown budget line, y1, y2 is preferred to z1, z2 because z1, z2 is below this line. So what we are getting, x1, x2 is preferred to y1, y2. y1, y2 is preferred to z1, z2. But there is no relation between x and z because z is above that green line. So you cannot compare x with z now. So through this indirect way, you can compare x and z. And what is the comparison result? That x1, x2 is indirectly reveal preferred to z1, z2.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, as a conclusion, can we write Q1 x1 plus Q2 x2 reveal preferred to, mean to say the sign Q1 z1 plus Q2 z2?
No, Q, these are the prices. Prices are not preferred. Commodity bundle is preferred.
Okay, okay, okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, you've marked both the axes x2. I think one will be x1.
No, yes, yes. Actually, that should be 1 and that should be 2. It will be better. Just a minute. বললে যখন, let me do it. Commodity 1 and commodity 2. These are the two commodities.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, can you explain this graph once more?
Yes. Just a minute. It's taking a lot of time to save. Yes. I said given this green line, x1, x2 is on the green line, y1, y2 is below the green line. Okay. So if the consumer is choosing the best or the optimum one, then x1, x2 is preferred to y1, y2. Now y1, y2 is on the brown line and z1, z2 is below the line. So here, given this brown budget line, y1, y2 is preferred to z1, z2. So what we are getting, x1, x2 is preferred to y1, y2. y1, y2 is preferred to z1, z2. So the conclusion is x1, x2 is preferred to z1, z2.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And why we are doing this? Because Z1, Z2, given this green line, Z1, Z2 is above the budget line. So you cannot compare X1, X2 and Z1, Z2 in that way. But if you want to do that, then what is the way out? The way out is the brown budget line. Through this, you can compare X and Z. So indirectly, reveal preference is helping you to compare like the point which is above the budget line. Okay. So many new things I have discussed today. I think I should stop here for today. I will have a next class with you. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe on Monday or in the next week, Wednesday. Can you tell me?
Ma'am, Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. No? So I have only 2 classes with you. That is a real problem. But anyway, take that time. This is the very fast class. I will not be so slow in the next classes. But for the first class, I should stop here. Uh, take the class. You have some class note, hopefully. So read it, collect the variant, read from there also. And in the next class, ask me your doubts. And then we will proceed. And hopefully in the next class, I can finish my rebel preference.
Ma'am, will you upload your classes in YouTube?
Yes, I will. I will. In the next, yes, I am uploading now. I will upload. Definitely, I will upload. But
Thank you, ma'am.
thing, just tell me one thing. If I upload